Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
First, I want to ask you a question. What is one of the most important moments in the history of your country? For example, Dongbuk in Korea.
Independence.
Okay. Brazil, Ariadne.
Maybe Independence Day.
Japan, like here.
Japan started as Japan.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm asking you this because for me history is important. And today I want to tell you three things about Mexican history. The first one is since when Mexico has been inhabited. The second one is when and how Spain conquered Mexico, and when and how Mexico got its independence from Spain. So, first of all, Mexico has been inhabited since 1,200 years before Christ, a long, long time ago. The Olmecs were the first major civilization in Mexico. This is a kind of statue, big head, and they were the first major civilization in Mexico a long, long time ago. After them, there had been a lot of different civilizations, a lot of different civilizations in Mexico. But I want to tell you about the most important. Maybe one of the most important is the Mayas. Their knowledge about astronomy was amazing. They also had fully developed language, and their calendar was based on a year length of exactly 365 days. So very, very exact. This civilization extended throughout the southern Mexico and Central America. They extended throughout very long territory. And the other one is the Aztecs. They are also known as Aztec Empire because they were mainly warriors. They conquered a lot of other civilizations, a lot of other smaller civilizations. They had a kind of tax system. The other civilizations had to pay them tribute, and the symbol in the Mexican flag is based on an Aztec prophecy. It's supposed that the Aztecs were traveling for a long time, and their god told them that when they see an eagle eating a snake, they had to stop traveling and settle down. So that's why this is the symbol in the Mexican flag. They were the last ancient civilization in Mexico. So now you know since when Mexico has been inhabited. You know some of the most important cultures in Mexico. But what happened? Why the Aztecs were the last ancient civilization in Mexico? Well, as you know, Mexico was conquered by Spain they arrived in Mexico in 1519. The leader was Hernán Cortés. In the beginning, actually they were welcomed by the Aztecs, but they were looking for gold and they want to conquer. So they started fighting with the Aztecs, and it was not easy. They even though they were more developed, it was not easy. The Aztecs were warriors, so how Spain conquered Mexico? Because first of all, they brought diseases like smallpox, and the second reason is because they joined forces with the enemies of the Aztecs. Because as I said, the Aztecs conquered other civilizations in Mexico, so they had a lot of enemies. So the people from Spain had to join forces with the enemies of the Aztecs. And in 1521, the Aztec Empire was defeated. So now you know how Spain conquered Mexico, but how Mexico got its independence from Spain when Mexico became an independent country. Well, in 1810, 300 years later, the rebellion against Spain began. The leader was a priest. His name was Miguel Hidalgo. And why? Because actually because they wanted more power. The leaders of the rebellion were the sons of Spanish people who were born in Mexico, and they couldn't reach good positions in the government, and because even though they were from Spain, they were born in Mexico, so they couldn't reach good positions in the government. So they wanted more power. The rebellion, I mean, the leaders weren't the ancient people or the descendants of the ancient people. The rebellion was led by the sons of the people from Spain who wanted more power. And 11 years later, in 1821, finally Mexico became an independent country. So now you know since when Mexico has been inhabited, you know some of the most important cultures of Mexico. You know how and when Spain conquered Mexico, and when and why Mexico got its independence from Spain. I hope you find it interesting, and I also want to encourage you to learn about history, about your own history, the history of your own country. For me, it's really important. And I want to finish with a quote that I found. And it says, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." Thank you very much.